Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, not in my cider shed, but with some more cider to try. Well, not two things, one of which is a cider, one is kind of a cider. What are you talking about, Chris? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. First up, we've got this from a producer I've never had before, a producer in Leicestershire. I don't think I've had anything from a producer in Leicestershire before. So this is Charnwood cider. I think Rob Clough, I believe, is the name of the chap who makes it. If I got the name wrong, I apologise. I'm pretty sure it's that though. Here we go. Horseshoe Cottage Farm, Rowcliffe Road, Cropston, Leicestershire, LE77 HQ. Real cider made from nothing but fresh pressed apple using traditional methods of very low intervention. I think he's been making stuff for about 10 years professionally. I got this in the CraftCon box, and the video still haven't been uploaded for you to watch and taste along with. I can't wait any longer, so I'm going to start opening some of them because there's only so long I can look at them before thinking I've got to open that sucker. So that's the first one. So a dry cider made from Ellis Bitter, Browns and Harry Masters Jersey. Three very well-known cider varietals. Ellis Bitter, which is a bit sweet, I think, but quite high in tannin. Browns, which is a sharp, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a sharp Browns. And Harry Masters Jersey, which is also a bitter sweet, but I don't think it's quite as tannic as the Ellis Bitter. Anything which has got bitter in it probably means it's quite tannic. And what's the other thing? Well, something completely different. It's not from Leicestershire, and it's not a dry cider. In fact, it is from Eden in Vermont, and it's an ice cider. Okay, so I've had one thing from these guys before, and I opened it for my 200th episode, which is like a big deal for me. But yeah, as you can see, I opened it already. Again, couldn't wait. I was a bit knackered yesterday. Just got a tweet there. Hope you enjoyed that. Long drive yesterday. I'm in Devon. If you're wondering where I'm at, I'm in a garden in Devon. So yeah, got here last night after like 7 or 8 hours, traffic, hell, whatever. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to have some of that. So I had some last night. But I thought before I drink it all, I'll use it for a film. So we'll start with the dry, obviously. Then we'll go on to this. Right, so blended dry. So I think Rob, I hope his name's Rob. Rob was in a talk in CraftCon talking about dry cider. And so this was part of that talk. But as I haven't watched the film yet and I haven't tried the cider, I thought I'd just give it a go. So let's open it. So yeah, slight sparkle, I think. I may be wrong. Let's pour it out. Nice. Almost like marmalade, actually, that colour, I want to say, rather than sort of straight amber. It's amber, but it's like a sort of marmalade. It's a marmalade about it. Reminds me a bit of the little Jenny Wren from Phil Palmer. Palmer's Upland Cider, the colour. So is there a slight sparkle? Yes, there is a slight sparkle. So bottle conditioned, I assume, unfiltered, wild yeast it's going to be as well. Let's smell it. It smells like a proper, smells like sweated apples in a shed. It smells like an orchard floor. Smells of stone fruit with no sugar left in them, like very dry stone fruit kind of character. Hints of sort of woodiness, maybe leatheriness as well. All of which I'd expect. And it looks gorgeous, actually. That's a really nice colour. I love that sort of marmalade orange. One of the things I love about the little Jenny Wren from Phil Palmer as well. Gorgeous colour. It's just great. So, nice little bit of almost lacing in there. There's this very slight head. And a very nice texture that reminds me a little bit, again, of actually, yeah, the little Jenny Wren, actually, as well. And also the Turners we've had recently. That's had a lovely sort of like lacy texture, lovely like bubbles. That's force carbonated as well. Let's try it. 6.8. That is bone dry. Astringency on the front from the soft tannin. Hint of leatheriness in the back from the hard tannin. I'm going to say that's probably coming from the Ellis Bitter. Some acidity, but actually lovely balanced acidity. It's not like mouth puckering at all. It's actually great. It's really well balanced. The fruit is immense in the middle. And it's a bit like what I had before. It's like sweated apple, ripe apple, stone fruity character, hint of spiciness. But actually there's so much fruit in there. You could be fooled into thinking this had some sugar in it. It's just got a rich fruit character that just it makes it not feel dry. This is a really nice balanced cider, actually. I like this a lot. This is a great... It reminds me again of Phil Palmer's. It does a little bit. It's got such great balance to it of acidity and tannin and, well, not sugar but fruit. It's absolutely fab. That is a fab cider. And the sparkle is so delicate I love that. A really delicate sparkle is what I always look for in a cider these days. I'd rather have too little and too much fizz. It masks flavour. This is just... a slight prickle on your tongue. It's all you need. It just lifts it. It's like a tiny bit of seasoning in a dish. Don't need too much, just enough to make it pop. And that's what that does. That is very nice, balanced cider. I mean, it has leatheriness, it has acidity, it's got fruit, it is dry, but it's very quaffable. And 6.8, man, that's cracking. So, yes, I'm going to have to get some more of this stuff from this chap. I hope it's called Rob Clough. If not, I apologise, Mr. Clough, but I think I'm right. Because I'm in Devon, I can't do my little subtitles, so if I've got it wrong, never mind. So, I have a sweet tooth. I mean, thanks to Albert and Mike at Ross and Wye, I can now drink this stuff very happily indeed, because I've educated my palate. However, I do have a sweet tooth still. I love sweet stuff. Ice cider, yes please. Ice wine, yes please. Dessert wine, Sauternes, Tokay, yes please. All day long. So Eden Vermont ice cider. So basically you extract, you concentrate through freezing. So basically the water freezes, you get rid of that, and what's left behind is a really concentrated sweet juice, which makes an ice cider. And there's different ways you can do it. You can press the juice and freeze it, or freeze the apples on the trees and press those. You know, those are the two basic ways of doing it. There's a massive long list of apples on the back of here. 100% apples, local orchards, natural cold weather, arrested fermentation, underground cidery. I think there's a tear down the label. That's why I'm saying like that. There's a whole part of each sort of phrase that's missing out. 13% ABV. Roxby Russet, Esopus, Spitzenberg, Calville Blanc, Macintosh, Orleans Renette, Hudson's Golden, Gem, Empire, Black Oxford, Blue Plumane, Rhode Island Greening, Ashmead's Kernel, Newton Pippin, Baldwin, Northern Spy, Belle de Boscoup. I think those are the apples in here. What a great list. Some of which we're familiar with, some not. There's some eaters in there, there's some cider apples in there, there's all sorts going on. Let's pour it out. Heirloom Reserve, barrel aged. Check out the colour. I mean, I don't know if you can see the colour of that. It's absolutely immense. It's immense. It's the most gorgeous amber imaginable, and it is bright as well. And this is obviously going to be still. I mean, that is just, look at that. Just me swirling it in the glass. Isn't that a gorgeous thing? It is a gorgeous thing. So let's smell it. Got some viscosity as well, which it expects. High ABV. Oh, wow. Intense nose. Intense fruit on the nose. And it smells super sweet as well. It smells of spearmint. There's a spearmint element to this, absolutely. Hint very, very, very... It's not even honey. It's like... There's a spearmint character to this. Intense fruit, intense sweetness, intense sugar, with a spearmint thing over the top. It smells wonderful. It smells of very, very ripe fruit as well. That minty element is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love it. But it smells what I thought it was going to smell like. Intense, rich, sweet character. You can't smell sweet, but everything that I'm smelling makes me think sugar. Absolutely does. Let's try it. Oh man. That is really good. That is really good. Everything I thought I was going to get, I'm getting in spades. Intense sugar, the sweetest, rich, most concentrated apple character you can get. But along with the sugar, it's a brilliant acidity. And that's what marks a good dessert wine or dessert drink from a bad one. That acidity. Because that acidity is very, very cloying. This is making my mouth water. It's got intense sort of, it's not even, malic, lactic, citric combination thereof. Makes citric almost, I think the acidity made me think of, like lemon lime character. But it balances the sugar so brilliantly. You can go back for more. Thick, viscous. It's viscous. It's absolutely fantastic. Honey, I'm getting a definite honey character as well. Those intense sort of stone fruit, rich, intense stuff. It's just great. It's great. Now,
it's up there with the Borough Hill Ice Cider. The Borough Hill Ice Cider, I think, is absolutely superb. I absolutely love it. But this has got the same characteristics. It's bringing that intense fruit, but then that, yeah, lemon, lime, citrus character. Just, you think it's going to be too sweet, and that kicks in, makes your mouth water, cuts through the sugar, makes you go back for more and more and more. And it coats your palate. It's like the greatest apple dessert you will ever be lucky enough to have in your life. Cool. 2 excellent drinks there, and from 2 very, very different places. So a dry blended cider from Leicestershire and an ice cider from Vermont in the USA. How about that for a pairing? How about that for a pairing? Absolutely brilliant, the pair of them as well. So guys, I'm in Devon for a week. I've got films I'm going to be uploading that I've done already, but also I'm going to film some stuff while I'm here. Like this, for example, because I brought more stuff from the CraftCon box, which I'm going to try and film. Because I've only got 1 bottle of each, so I'm going to film it to make sure that I record it, because that's what I want to do. But, in the meantime, thank you for joining me in the garden. I hope you join me again. But until then, cheers.